Hi, my name is Wendy Smith. Yes, of course, I am been doing videos on YouTube. Now today, we're going to read a book. This is one of my favorite books. When I was in fifth grade, and I used to go to this school called Waterloo Elementary School. And I used to read this book all the time, and it was my friend Amberlynn and my favorite book. My favorite book and her book. And me and Amberlynn used to read this all the time. We were best friends, and this is a good book. So this book's called Saturdays and Teacakes, written by Lester L. Lemick, story by paintings by Chris Sonita Fair. I think. Chris Sonita Pite. Saturdays and Teacakes. Saturdays and Teacakes. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I couldn't wait for Saturdays. Every Saturday, I got up early, dressed, and rode my bicycle out of the garage. Every Saturday, I coasted down a long, steep driveway, slowing only enough to make the turn on Thompson Street, then left until Bell's Mill Road. Pedal, pedal, pedal past Mr. Gotfield's house. Pedal, pedal, pedal around the horse pasture and up the hill past the cemetery where my grandfather was buried. Pedal, pedal, pedal past Mrs. Grace Owens' house and on up to Chandler's Phillips 66 gas station. Every Saturday, I coasted over the black hose by the gas pumps just to make the bell ring. Then I dropped my kickstand and checked the tires. I stopped at the Chandlers for another reason, too. That's where I crossed the highway that ran through the center of my town. My mother's always said, "You stop, you look both ways when you get to Chandlers. I don't care if the light is green. I will hear about it if you don't." And I knew she would, too. In our little town, everybody knew everybody and told everything to everyone who would listen. So I always looked both ways. Okay. Paddle, paddle, paddle across Rose Street, then left for a slow coast down behind the Bank of Helfton, where I turned right into Bedman and Moosh. I zoomed downhill as fast as I dared. Pedal, pedal, paddle up the next hill and left onto the Almond Street. It was a long stretch, and Mr. White's always stopped there to catch my breath in the shade of the old oak tree. One more small hill, paddle, 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 and then a right into Gather Street. Now I could see my grandmother's driveway. 1, 2, 3, 4 driveways at least turned to the left. Then there was my tires get up the humming on the pavement and made creaking on gravel. Just before reaching Meemaw's back porch, I slammed on brakes, sending a shower of tiny pebbles into her flowers. Every Saturday, Meemaw was there, sitting on her old metal glider. Crick, crack, crick, crack, slipping a cup of red diamond coffee and waiting. She was waiting for me. No one else, just me. Every Saturday, Meemaw called out, "Come on into this house, let's have us a bite to eat." And Meemaw walks to the kitchen. Sunlight poured through the windows like a waterfall and sipped over the countertops, pulling up the checkerboard floor. Every Saturday she had hot biscuits, sweet butter, and golden egg syrup waiting on the kitchen table. Every Saturday she poured a little coffee in my cup and filled the rest with milk, 2 spoonsfuls of sugar. Then before long, Mama said, "We best clear these dishes away and get at that yard before it gets too hot." I followed her out the back porch. "Let me put a little water on these ferns," she said. "You go ahead to the car house. That's what me and Ma call the garage. I'll be out directly." By the time I pulled out the old lawnmower from the garage, Ma was already in the garden picking plump, ripe tomatoes for lunch. Every Saturday, I pulled the starter rope again and again while the mower sputtered and spit. And finally, that old mower started. I struggled to push it through the dew-wet grass, leaving row after row of fresh stripes on the lawn. First time the mower choked out mouthfuls of wet grass that clung to the blades and to my bare legs. But every afternoon the dew pearls were gone, the grass was mowed and dry, I was soaked with wet. Every Saturday I pushed the mower back into the garage, shrugged to the back porch, and flopped into that old ladder. Crick, crack, crick, crack. Meemaw soon appeared with the tall grass. "Off and rest and spell. I'm going to make us a bite to eat." Before long she came back with 2 big tomato sandwiches on hamburger buns. Every Saturday I gobbled mine down like a hungry dog, but she nibbled at hers like a bird. "Now there's some good tomatoes," she said. "I knew how you would like a good tomato sandwich. Don't they taste a whole heap better when you're just picking 'em?" We sat there a while, listening to the calls of blue jays and the rhythm of that old glider. Meemaw looked at me sort of sideways and said, "I reckon I knew a boy who would like something sweet to eat," and I grinned. "Yes, ma'am, I reckon I do." "Come on, then," Meemaw said, heading towards her door. "Let's get in this kitchen and see if we can't make us a mess." Every Saturday she spread a cloth over the red countertop and scattered a fistful of flour across it, sending a cloud into the air. Then she set out a big bowl. Meemaw dipped a china teacup into the canister of flour, scooped out a cupful, and skimmed over the top with her finger. Then she dumped the flour into the bowl and added sugar from her back cookie jar. She let the mixture drip through her hands like a sift out at the beach. When I felt right, Meemaw said, "Look in the refrigerator." That's what she called her refrigerator. Frigidaire. That's what she called her refrigerator. "And find me 2 sticks of blue bonnets." It's blue bonnets butter. I pulled out the refrigerator and got out the margarine. I unwrapped 6 and dropped them into the bowl. I mixed and matched until the ingredients disappeared into a paste. It was smooth, pale yellow, and smelled like a fresh cotton candy at the county fair. Meemaw pinched off a little to taste. "I expect we need a little bit more sugar in this." She sprinkled sugar until the dough tasted just the way she thought it ought to. "Now, get me 3 eggs," she said. I tapped the first egg too hard, making it splatter onto the counter and down the outside of the bowl. "I reckon we can call that half an egg," Meemaw said. "Here, let me show you how to do it. Just tap 'em easily like, pull the shell apart over the bowl like this, honey. Now you do the next one, honey." See, they're having a good time. It was hard work blending those eggs into the mix with a long wooden spoon. Meemaw pinched another taste. "My goodness, buddy, we didn't put no vanilla in here. Reach up in that cabinet and get me down a bottle of vanilla flavor." And the dough tasted just right. Meemaw rolled it out on the floor, dusted cloth. Then I cut out the teacakes, with the rim of an old tin can. We carefully lifted the circles onto a cookie sheet and put them in the oven to bake 375 degrees for 15 minutes. The 15 minutes seemed to last forever. Are they ready yet, Meemaw? Not yet, buddy. Are they ready now, Meemaw? Not yet, buddy. Let them give a little bit longer. Are they ready yet, Meemaw? I reckon they might be. She opened the oven door, and the kitchen filled with a smell sweeter than summer gardenias. The smell of tea cakes. Every Saturday I reached for one still steaming on a baking sheet. You better wait, buddy. They're going to be mighty hot just yet. We waited until the tea cakes were cool enough to lift from the baking sheet, then we set them off on the plate. Every Saturday I ate one and then another, and looked at me, Ma. Is that all you want, buddy? You sure to eat all you want? We made them cheesecakes just for you. Well, I've eaten all I could. She set a few off a saucer for herself and put the rest into a big sheet of aluminum foil. She folded the edges into a little bit and handled it top. Now you put these out there in your bicycle basket so you won't forget them anymore. Every Saturday as I pedaled out of the gravel again, out Meemaw's drive, I glanced back over my shoulder. Every Saturday Meemaw was there sitting on her old metal glider and waving. She was just waving to me. No one else. Just me. Don't worry, Meemaw. I won't ever forget. The end. Well, she says, no one else, just me. That means that's her little favorite little boy. That's me. Thank you for letting me read Saturdays and Tea Cakes to you. Bye. Come join by and I'll read more books and we will have more sections of books.